Got 95 Polaris Indy, just a 440. Some fuel right into the spark plugs, fired up. I put fuel right into the filter was dry. I pulled this line off, going to the fuel pump right here. So I pulled this gas line off, coming from the fuel valve to the fuel pump. I pulled it off of this end initially, filled the whole tube up going to the fuel pump, and it ran for, a good solid 2 minutes. It was pretty awesome. So I know it starts and runs, but it kept stopping. I tried revving it and it wouldn't rev. So I went to clean the carbs out. By pulling the top of the carb off, I instantly saw white. You can't tell from here because I wiped it off. There was white looking droplets, which means there's water inside the gas. I was hoping there wasn't. But the clear top for the gas cap is missing, which means if it sat in the weather at all, this was supposed to be sealed so water can get in there slowly. The guy said he had it sitting for a couple years. Evidently water got in there. It's in the gas. The water will settle to the bottom of the tank. It's the first thing that gets pulled out. I was worried that there's a pickup line inside the tank. I was worried that might have fallen off or rotted away. If that happens, then you will get no fuel coming out. By pulling this fuel cap off and blowing with your mouth and hand pressure inside there, it should force fuel out of the fuel line and out of the valve coming out of the line here. Once I had that, I knew the pickup line inside was fine. I just figured it might take a minute to get the fuel flowing through. I had it running 3 different times with putting fuel into the fuel pump, but every time I hooked it all back up, it would stay idling just fine. I would try to rev it and it would die. So I thought maybe the carbs were plugged. That's why I pulled them out. As soon as I saw milky droplets, I knew there was water inside there. So now I got to get rid of all this gas. What I'm going to do, instead of trying to take it all apart or tipping upside down and trying to drain it out, I'm going to hook up an air compressor line to inside the gas tank here to pressurize it, and hopefully that forces the fuel out of this hose. I'm just going to grab a bucket to catch what I can catch, and we'll be right back. I'll show you how I do it. Length of PVC pipe that I had sitting there, and stuck the hose inside of that just so that it would drain out into my pan. I'm going to wrap up just a typical air pressure nozzle like this. I'm going to hold this down and then wrap it up with the rag. A little hard holding the phone. Turn the gas valve back on, and we got fuel flowing. And it is working. Much better than trying to take it all apart or take the gas cap off. Yeah, the gas looks horrible. Oh, that's terrible. Alright. I'll stop this or start this again when we're not listening to all this noise. You get just air through here. You jiggle it a few times. Try to rock the machine. Looks like we're getting more almost like water through there now. That looks worse than gas. I'll pick it up and drop it a few times. Still trickling out quite a bit here, so I'm going to keep her going, man. I also took this driveway marker sign here so it's flexible. I just electrical taped the t-shirt rag to it. I was able to squeeze it down in there. Be careful of that pickup line. Can you see it in there or not? I just didn't want to pull that off or damage that, because that's a whole new problem. But I just swished my rag around inside there because it's flexible. I was able to curl it and push it all the way down behind the seat and back up. I don't see any droplets down in there. I'm going to call it good enough. We're going to throw some normal gas, good fresh stuff in there. I'm also going to blow it through one last time, just kind of rinse out the line. And I'm gonna hook it back up, see if we can get her to go. Let's wrap the stupid air compressor hose up again, see what we get. Flow. Like race gas to me. Should change that filter. Looks awful. Throttle. I like to choke it until it pops a little. Oof. Come on, set you down for a minute. That's all I'm gonna get is 10 seconds, 2 seconds. The fuel pump. So it has a little extra gas in her. Pulling this freaking thing. Okay, we're just gonna give her a little pressure instead of pulling any lines apart. I should do the same thing. She's almost going every time. I couldn't even get the tractor moving. I say so far she's a runner. You want to see the test? Here we go.